Dark, dark truth. Fuck what is true. Dark, dark truth. Fuck did you just lie?
Take it away.
So this is a spin on Two Truths and a Lie, I think is how most people would know it. Where you tell two things that aren't true and one thing that is true. And the Pat and Casey are going to have to try and guess which one of them is the true one. After I'm done telling all three, you guys will each get to ask 3 questions about each one of them. So I've got 3 that I'm telling you, so you'll be able to ask 3 questions about the first one, 3 questions on the second, 3 questions on the third. And then after you both are done asking your questions, you can take a guess and see if either of you can guess which one is true.
Are you going to play the intro for it right now, or are you going to add that in later? Or?
I'll add it in later.
Sweet.
I'll splice it. I was gonna be like, I'll splice it right here, but I'm probably not gonna catch it. I scrolled
All right, are you
past
ready, Casey? I'm ready.
I'm trying to re-find it because I scrolled away from it. Okay, I found it. I'm ready whenever you guys are. So, first one I have written down. I had a quick jerk-off session racing against time to getting caught.
All right.
The second one I have is I stuck an inflated balloon in my ass. And the third one is I intentionally got James's ass beat by his dad by pretending he poked my eye. I pulled off the fake scream and cry, and his dad lit his ass up like the 4th of July.
I fuck you now. You see how it feels.
All right. You want to go first on the questions, Casey?
Okay.
I can say them again too if you need.
Yeah. I was like, the first one was a quick jerk off session to race the clock against getting caught.
Yeah.
Second one was
an inflated balloon.
an inflated balloon. Okay. And obviously I know the third one. Okay.
First
who were
impressions.
you?
I think number 1's true. First impressions. What do you think, Casey?
Oh, first impressions? Can we? Okay. So this doesn't count.
No.
I would say
might be 3 though.
I want to know. I want to say I've heard him do the third story, but with different details. I swear. The first one, I kind of remember something similar to this.
Pretty vague,
but
though.
I do need. I kind of agree with you. I'm leaning towards the first one. Part of me wants to say he's adding more detail on the third to throw us. I don't know. Okay. If I had to guess, I would say the third one. I don't know. I really want to say the third one because maybe he's adding more detail to throw us on purpose.
Funniest one. It'd be the funniest.
I mean, it's funny, but I don't know. Part of me thinks it's the first one more because I have bad luck with guessing. So I want to say that the first one's probably the truest. But anyway, to start off the questions, who were you racing against? Like, who exactly were you expecting to catch you?
So, we used to live in an apartment complex where.
Wait. Before you give these, the questions, they're answered truthfully, right? Or are you able to? You're
at
able
least
to
on
like
the true one,
misdirect,
at least
right?
on the true one.
On the true one, I would have to be telling you the truth. I can't make up lies and then be like, well, that one was true, but I made up fake ones to try and throw you.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
we lived in an apartment complex off of 43rd in Peoria, where the way to get in is you had to call the home phone number, and the person would have to pick up and press 9, send a signal to the gate to open the gate.
Yeah.
So the gate was on one side, and then they had to go in and all the way around the apartment complex. We lived in like technically one of the closest to that gate, but the furthest away from it when you're driving and having to walk to the door and then walk up the staircase. So I was living there with my Aunt Linda. She called to get in, and I was like, I'm going to put in this Puerno and see if I could get one off before I hear the door.
So you pressed 9 to open the gate and then decided to start the session?
Yeah.
You weren't even in the
Oh.
middle of it and pressed
No.
9 and
I was
finished,
about
like you started after? I don't know if
Okay,
that counts. That'll count as one of my questions, but go ahead, Casey, continue.
yeah, fair enough. I was gonna ask. Okay, okay. I'll save that question for the last one. Okay, so
You can ask the same questions for all three.
no, no, no.
No, you,
I mean, I want to know that I gotta know, but I kind of want to wait till the third question. But what was the Puerno of choice?
I don't even remember.
Okay, well, that's
It was
disappointing.
just a.
All right.
It's not like I was like, ah, yes, Big Booty Busters Volume 9.
Hey, you never know.
I don't
All right,
remember
and
these
then the third
titles.
question has to be did you succeed?
No.
I didn't even think that's it.
Damn.
No?
No. Because you're looking at like 2 or 3 minutes if you're thinking about like the drive and then the walk. And then you got to
All
like
right,
factor
let
in.
me ask my other two on this one before we move on. Did you get caught?
No.
Okay, and was this video of choice, was it a VHS, a DVD on the internet?
It would have been VHS. Because you're
Hmm.
talking about like 1999 ish.
Okay. I was going to ask how old you were too, but I forgot, so I'm glad you gave that
I would have been
information
turning
away.
16. Because like I started
Okay.
my freshman year there. So 15 turning 16.
Did not get caught, was not successful. Aunt Linda.
It was one of those things where it's like, I
Pressed
think
9 to allow her in to open the gate and then decided to start.
yeah,
All right, Casey, questions. I'm on number 2. Uninflated balloon.
I stuck an uninflated balloon in my ass.
Yeah, I guess just why? I gotta know, like, what was your why did you want to do that?
Ran out of toilet paper and was trying to wipe my butt somehow.
Okay. Okay.
Better than just raw dogging it.
I swear to God, if this is the true one, I'm gonna really start questioning your life choices.
There was no toilet
Out
paper.
of Yeah, but a balloon was your only. So wait, you were in the bathroom then? This was in the
I
bathroom.
I had
There
taken a
was
shit.
fair
I'm
enough.
gonna
So
ask
you
one
had
question right now. Was this your personal bathroom, or
No,
what bathroom were you in?
it was not my personal bathroom.
Like, I
okay.
mean, I
So
don't think this should count as a second question, but like I said, what bathroom are you in? Is it a porta potty? Are you in a public
It
restroom,
was an apartment
rest
bathroom.
stop bathroom, apartment, and somebody else's apartment's bathroom?
Yes.
Okay.
It was
okay,
like an apartment complex bathroom.
Okay.
and I guess my second question was there a wastebasket that was in that bathroom?
No. No wastebasket.
Okay.
Were you wearing socks?
I always wear socks.
You could have used the
Okay.
sock.
Yeah,
I
could.
love
That's what I was
wearing
like.
socks.
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to walk around with one
My
sock?
last question on this one is, where did you get the balloon?
I had them in my pocket.
You just had balloons in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on now. That brings me to my next question. So wait, you say you stuck an unflated balloon
Like
up your
around my
ass.
finger to dig in and
Okay. That sounds more. I was imagining like trying to stretch out the balloon flat on your hand, so putting your
Yeah.
finger in it makes more sense.
I mean technically it's an uninflated balloon.
Yeah.
You say you so you didn't stick it in to your butthole. You just slid it on the crack then.
Like didn't stick it all the way
Yeah,
in. It
so
just went partially in to dig it out.
It wasn't like there's my butthole and I was like, nah, all the way in it.
okay, I was like,
But it was like
Like a
right
fingertip
there.
to get out the crust.
yeah. Okay,
It's enough
so
to make you be like, maybe I'm gay or maybe I'm not gay.
did you did you use more than one balloon?
No.
Okay, that was my third question. I do have I oh you already used your
Can
oh
I
I
ask
can't
one more question about that one? I asked
I
my three already, so it's totally up to you.
I'll give you one more. That's fine.
Did you flush the balloon?
I
Yes, thank
did.
you. That's exactly what I wanted to
Okay,
know.
flushed it.
Yes.
What else am I gonna
I
do
was
with
so
it?
hoping. I was
Keep
like,
it?
fuck,
I
I
don't
forgot
know.
to ask
I
that.
don't know. I didn't know if a balloon could flush, but I mean, I guess it can. I don't know.
That's
Some things just
that's
won't
what I was
flush.
thinking. I was like, did you try to flush it? That's all I kept thinking too. I was like, fuck, I wasted the second question on something stupid. I should have asked
All
if
right.
he
Well,
flushed it.
he graced us with that extra question. All right, number three, Casey.
I intentionally got James's ass beat by his dad by pretending he
After
poked me in
poking
the
him.
eye. I pulled off a
Okay.
fake scream and cry, and his dad lit his ass up like the 4th of July.
You look so happy when you say it.
That's the only thing that leads me to think it's true.
Yeah.
Something
Maybe he's
I'm
laughing at
like,
the idea of it though.
this seems
Or
too real
remembering
for
the
it to
time
be
that was
fake.
similar but slightly different.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm
Okay, so
remembering the time.
okay. So I think
Uh,
the detail that's fake is the poking you in the eye. That's what I'm assuming, because I swear I know this story, and I don't remember the poking you in the eye
You
thing.
think it's a
I s-
different thing that led to the
yeah,
being lit up.
because I know for a fact I've heard a story similar to him, like faking something or doing something that ended up getting James's ass beat.
oh, there's
And
been
the
multiple times where I've gotten his ass beat on
So we're
purpose.
guessing
all
on
right,
whether or not
which
he
eye?
did it. One of the times he did it was due to him
It
faking a
would
poke
have
in the eye.
it would have been my
Which eye?
right eye. It would have been my right eye.
Okay.
Ah!
Uh,
How old were you guys?
oh,
We
I'm
were
guessing you were like
living
13, 14.
in the house on Claremont, and I was living with Dad. So I would have been in 4th grade. However old you are in 4th grade. Or
How
you,
much younger is James
So
than you?
like 9, 10.
James is 4 years younger than me.
All right, so you were roughly 10 and he was 6. Okay. All right, next question, Casey.
Or when did Casper come out? Because I know Casper
It
was
was in the 90s,
really
I
big.
think.
I know it was in the 90s, yeah, but I don't know.
I'll say
All
like,
right,
oh, it was after
hey
my
Google,
grandma died, so 95. Like say
when did
95.
Casper come out? 95.
Might
Nailed
be the
it.
true one. All right,
Let's
Casey,
see.
continue.
I would have been
Uh,
11. I would have been 11, and he would have been 7.
Hmm.
all right. Wh- uh, what did he use to beat him? Just his hands, or did he have a weapon of choice?
From the initial parts that I did witness, it was his hand, but he also
Okay.
took him into his room, and it continued. So I wasn't
All right.
privy to that. All I heard was, "Ah!"
No, Daddy, no.
I was like, yeah, Bob, yeah, fuck him up.
The only time in history that you've liked a Bob for a moment.
All right. Did James do anything to retaliate
No,
later down the line?
no,
No,
you know him.
I
He
do.
he
That's
he
why I asked.
he he might retaliate against you or his friends. He knows not to try anything against me.
It was when you guys were younger, though. Although you were
He
still a pretty big kid.
he learned quick when we were like really little. Like, oh, if you're gonna try and hit me back, I am just gonna lay it in even more.
All right.
Okay, I have 2 questions left.
Go ahead.
Did James try to protest by saying that he didn't poke you in the eye? That's not true.
No, it happened so quick. It went from like me just thinking real quick, ah, he poked me in the eye, to it,
Oh
it,
wow.
it was like really quick. It was pretty much that quick because
Oh wow.
Bob
Okay.
came running out of his room, and
Then my last question will be: did he do something to prompt that? Or
no,
hi?
they say hi.
Almost.
Yep.
We both have kids at the same time that came in. Check that out.
Mine's not here today.
All
With his
right.
grandma.
You gonna go
I
play?
will, yeah, in a little bit. Okay.
All
I'll
right. Go
start it.
have fun.
If you want to start it in a pan,
No,
I'll finish it off.
he
Okay.
didn't do anything to
You just gotta
prompt.
get the
Nothing
ground
was done
beef
to
out,
prompt it at
put it in
all.
a pan, and cover it. Okay.
Like this is
Yeah.
just long standing. Like I'm always in the mood
Huh?
to get his ass busted.
Freeze it
There wasn't anything directly
on the
in this
shelf. In the
situation that
shelf.
led to it.
Yeah.
Good.
Like
Ouch.
anytime I could, anytime a situation came up where it could have led to watching him get his ass beat, I took every fucking opportunity.
Man, I have no idea now what's true or not because that balloon one definitely had some truth to it too. That I could truth aspects I could
I.
see. I don't see why you
It's funny
wouldn't
that you
use a
say that.
sock. I guess it's harder to dispose of a sock quietly, but it just seems more thorough and a cleaner way to do it.
Have you
I don't know.
have you
Did we
ever
ask how old
have
you were? We didn't ask how old you were.
no,
I don't think we
and you're
asked
not
that.
gonna
No.
get to. You used 4
Shit.
questions technically.
I
And
know.
I'll be
I think the
nice.
James one, like you said, it's just there's probably a little bit about it that's not true,
I'll give you one
and he's
more
I'm
for
using
gonna
that
that.
to throw
okay.
us off.
Okay, listen. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna guess number 2. Something tells me that he fucked with the details in the other 2 stories, which is why they feel real, to throw us off the weirdest one yet. I'm going number 2.
I mean,
All right.
technically, they're all true with something in 2 of them that's just slightly
I'm saying
tweaked.
number 2.
You can stay number 2.
Okay.
I'm just telling you
I'm
they're.
going number 2.
I'm just
All
telling you
right.
they're all.
I think it's because I want it to be the real one. It's just so fucking weird.
I still am leading towards 1, but at the same time, if he didn't complete and he didn't get caught, it just doesn't. It doesn't ring. Oh, we didn't ask him like what room he did it in either. Man, this is really opening my mind for next time we do this.
I'll give it
Gotta
to you.
ask better questions.
It was the living room.
Um,
That's where the phone was.
I'm
It's
I
also
don't
in
see
the
that.
it's
in the
also
living room.
in the living room because it's where the phone was and it's where
And
the
he
door
didn't
was
get
to
caught with
here.
a VHS. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it for one
I'm
other
gonna say number
solid
3.
reason.
I'm gonna say number 3, even though I think it's a swerve. I'm gonna say number 3.
I'm going
Okay,
2.
you're both wrong. It's number 4. No. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Are you really ready?
I'm really ready.
Surprisingly, Casey got it.
Oh wow.
Yes.
You
Good job,
want to? Do you
Casey.
want to know the full story behind it?
Yes.
Yes. Hell
So
yeah.
I was with my. I
I
was.
can't believe you did that. Sorry.
I
How
was.
old were you? How old were you?
I was probably like 12,
Hmm.
12 or
What the fuck are
13.
you doing with balloons in your pocket?
You never asked why I had them. You just asked.
I know, that's why I'm asking now. I
So
just like
I. Do you remember? You remember? Obviously, you know my uncle Larry.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember his wife who had the 6 kids?
I mean, I know you've talked about her, but I don't remember her in
So,
particular.
so her oldest kid uh had a boyfriend, and I was like, I hung out with this dude all the fucking time, and he started working at an apartment complex up off of like I-17 and Greenway, I think, somewhere up there, and he was a maintenance man, and I had water balloons in my pocket because we would fill them up and toss them out of the
Hold on. You can't skate past that
yeah
detail. They were water balloons.
yeah.
So they were like
I didn't think about that. How messy did your hand get? Did you avoid any mess or
Yeah, I avoided it.
really?
Let, let me get to it. The reason I had the water balloons is because when he was a maintenance man, a lot of the apartments he was working on were vacated apartments. And one of them we knew was going to be on the border of the 17. So we could open the window and chuck water balloons to try and chuck them onto the 17 at cars.
Wow.
Like, this guy wasn't a whole lot older than me. Obviously, you could tell we're chucking water balloons at traffic. He was probably like, if I'm 13, he's probably 20, right?
Oh my gosh.
19, 20. Like, he's at the time he seems a lot older than me because when you're 13, you're like, wow, you're 20. like you're an adult. So I had water balloons, and we were in an apartment that he was repairing, maintenance man shit, whatever the fuck he was doing there. I don't remember why he was in that specific apartment, but I was like, I need to poop. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have like a bathroom for people to use. And I was like, I gotta go. And he's like, just go in this one, I guess. We go in there, and obviously it's a vacated apartment. There's nothing to wipe with. And you know me, I don't go without socks on my feet ever. The only time they're ever off my feet is when I get in the shower, and then they're immediately back on my feet.
Oh wow.
You know this.
Yes, I didn't realize that.
You've never seen me without socks on.
That is true. That is true. Because I remember a while back during our Freaks and Geeks summer, Jake had brought that up. He's like, I don't think I've ever seen your feet before. And I
No.
think we tried to urge you to show us your feet, and you didn't do it. And then I guess we dropped it after that. But yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah, I've always.
thinking about it, I don't think I've ever seen I think maybe like early morning when I lived with you, maybe, but
No, because I sleep with socks on. I
oh,
get
right,
up,
man.
I get up, and then when it's time to change into the new pair of socks, old one's off, new one's on. I don't know what it is. It's a comfort thing. I have to have socks on my feet.
Yeah, it's all good.
So to take one off and be sockless is not an option for me. Not even today. Like, I would take my underwear
so
off.
Happy that I'm so happy you I'm so happy that you are like that because this story is so good.
So
I
so
can't
like
stop laughing. Jesus Christ.
I started to poop, and then when I was done, I was like, there's no toilet paper there, like there's nothing in here. I reached in and I got the balloon and I stretched it over 3 fingers and I fucking started wiping. And then I just ripped the plastic bag itself that it was in and just used the rest of that plastic bag to kind of like scoop and grab the best I could with it.
I just can't stop. Like the one thing about it is like our imaginations are so vivid. So like I could picture you perfectly just sitting in a bathroom like, oh shit.
I was like, I'm not going to walk around with poop butt.
No, I mean I don't blame you. I mean at that point it's like you use what you can. Although I probably would have because I mean literally like I literally don't even have socks on right now.
Yeah, so you
So
wouldn't have
like
been able to.
yeah, well, I mean, if I had socks on, right? If I did have socks on, I probably would have been like,
I
I
don't
got
know.
2 socks to use.
I don't
I'll
know if
just never
it's
see that pair again.
I don't
And
know
then
if
I would
it's
have
a
like
phobia.
wiped and then like put it like I probably would have wiped with one, folded it inside out, and then used like the end of it to wipe a little bit more, fold that, put it aside, and if I still felt the need to wipe, I would have used the second sock to get the last little bit and then put the first sock and then just round it up and then just boom, throw away.
You
And
would have
just like
thought that you've done this before with that detailed explanation. It was fantastic.
Oh, he has.
I was like,
I'm a
yeah, that's a
MacGyver.
good idea. Now I have my strategy for if it ever happens to me.
There you go. This podcast is also educational.
There you go.
So
All
Okay,
right.
that's
number one,
holy shit, that's
there is truth in it. I was already in the middle of it when the phone rang, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I didn't
And you
expect them
did
to be home.
finish.
No,
Wait, so did you finish though or no?
no,
Oh, you
Okay, I
stopped
was like
whenever you let him in. You stopped.
no. Like I was on the phone, like it rang, and like being in the living room, you could like, I could do this, look over the window, because there's a balcony, and you could see down at the box where they got a call. So like the phone's like bring bring bring. I look over, there's the fucking Oldsmobile, and I was like, shit, it is them. She went to pick up the kids from preschool and kindergarten, maybe. So when she left, I was like, I got time. I didn't have time.
See, that's the part of the detail that I was like, there's gotta be
Yeah.
something wrong
You
with
didn't. You
these.
didn't
This
ask. You
detail
didn't
doesn't
ask.
sound right.
You
I
didn't
did
ask.
well, no, Pat did though. Pat did because he was like, you didn't even you weren't doing it before at all. There was no pre, you did it after you
well,
got the
this
call.
this
I
one
was
was the
like,
lie.
there's
So
no
I had
fucking way he did that after he got the call.
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
yeah. I'm at least glad I didn't fall for that one.
This
I
one
know that
was the
James
lie.
was
So I
coming
had free
pretty close.
reigns. I had free
That
reigns to
was
lie
good.
on this one.
Yeah.
It
But
was a good
yeah,
one.
it was in the middle already, and the phone rang, and I was like, shit. And it really did take about 3 minutes. So I was like, I'm gonna give this 2 minutes of my best effort, and then stop it
Oh shit,
and
my sides hurt.
take it back in,
Uh,
take it back into where I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 minutes
Oh yeah.
later, had to end in
That's another
disappointment.
question I had because was she with your Uncle David at that point?
Yeah, he was at
Okay,
work.
that's
He was at work. She was picking the kids up.
oh, okay. See, that's
I
where
was
I was under the impression that they had already had that house. So that's why when you were
no
like,
this was
I was
just
assuming
before we
this
got
was
that
later.
house. No, we
Okay.
moved from that apartment into that house.
Gotcha.
Well, I would say that concludes our first edition of Duck Duck Truth.
You want to hear about number
And
Yes,
three?
I
huh?
do.
You want to hear about
Number
number
three, he
three?
never went over it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So what
Number
was the
th-
detail?
Number three is 99% true.
It wasn't the
He
poking you in the eye, was it?
he did, but not intentionally. He had something and he threw it up, and it hit the fan, and it came perfectly into my eye. So when it hit me, I wanted to fucking hit him because he caused it. And I was like, ah! And his dad came out. He's like, what? And I was just like, he poked me in the eye. And James, I sure was in shock because he was like, Wait, no, I didn't. What?
He didn't expect that to
And
happen.
then before he could process and say anything, he was just like,
clapping those cheeks, just
and I was like, hee. Haha.
oh, shit.
You
So I do
got
have one plan for next week. Is that okay if I go next week, Casey?
Yeah, that's more than fine. Mine get kind of fucking weird, so I gotta really,
It'll
really
be
plan
after
on.
hours. Be
Yeah, that's an after
next
hours
week.
version. I
All right.
mean,
Well,
if you don't
next
believe
week
me, you
I'll
could
bring
always
one.
ask Alan. He that's what booted me off the old pod. Fuck this shit. I'm tired of his dirty ass. Like,
Yeah,
oh
I
shit.
get that too.
I'm so fucking happy the second one was training, you know, I did. And not just because I picked it, just because it was the weirdest the weirdest one.
Yeah. I should have known. I should have known by that alone.
There was just not enough detail too. It was just like he needed a little bit more detail.
We gotta
you,
ask better
you
questions.
didn't ask the right questions. You would have been like, why did you do that? And I would have had to say, because I didn't have toilet paper.
Well,
Oh, you
that's the
did.
thing.
He did
That's
ask
not a
that
lot of
one.
detail, though. That's obvious. Like if you're
Oh, but he did a
resorting to
good
a
job.
balloon,
He did a good job in that. Though. He doesn't want
yeah,
us to guess the right one.
Like it
yeah, no,
wasn't fully,
it was perfect.
it wasn't
But
fully in
this
the
is a
butt, but it was like
rare victory for Casey. And
slight opening. It was like a slight opening enough to kind of dig into the beginning of the butthole. So to me, that was up my ass because there was a little
I get
breach.
what you mean.
There's a breach.
But later on.